Hi guys, this is a little screencast to teach you how to create work resembling Bridget Riley's work. So Bridget Riley was an artist from the 60s. She used regular shapes, tessellating together, and used a restrictive palette to create her images. So you can see here that she's restricted herself to maybe, I don't know, a dozen colors or something like that, maybe fewer than that. And you can see she's got the same one up here repeated, all the same color, kind of creating a slightly bigger image. And you don't see any animals or landscape here, it's an abstract picture. Right, so let's get Inkscape up. Here we go. Now, I'm not going to be insisting that you use regular shapes today. I'd much prefer it if you actually did a tessellating shape similar to the ones we tried creating last lesson. So let's have a look at how to do that. Document properties. First thing to do is to get that grid up. So document, let's see, how do I get that? So file, document properties, grids. Click new. Okay, straight off we've got our grid. Next thing you'll do is make sure you've got your snap to grid enabled up here. See, enable snapping is selected. I don't believe you need any of the others selected. Then click the polygon tool, regular polygon, not the star, and 4 corners. Now I'm going to hold down Control, that's the bottom left key on your keyboard, to make sure that it's nice and horizontal. Now you can see that I've already got a nice color selected. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. So there we are, I've got my square nice and horizontal. It's not an angle like that. I want it connecting to that so it conforms to the grid. Great, okay, so next thing to do, let's see, is try changing that fill and stroke. Some of you had trouble doing this last time, but if you've got this tab up, click on this one and then you can play with these and should be able to get it to change relatively easily. If you want, you can do some sort of fancy pattern. Let's make sure that we can see all of the edges though. So have it selected to be able to do it. Yeah, I quite like it nice and solid like that, quite frankly, but then I need to have an outline, don't I? So holding shift like that. Is that right? So easy, he says. There we are, that'll do. Right, so next up we are going to be playing with the edges. So let's see, we want to convert this from path, object to path, and then use this tool to click one of our edges. What's going on here? It's a bit odd, I didn't want that. Anyway, so got the edge selected, and then again I've got to, anything I take away from one side, I've got to make sure I add to the other side. So I'm going to put this on. You see how it's gone from the center down 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. That should do the job. Okay. I'm going to try doing something a little bit more kind of digital on this side. I'm going to add some points in. How do I get that selected? There we are. Okay, so selected these 2 points, and then I can add in some new nodes. I'm going to add in a few of these. That should be enough. Okay, so zoom in a bit. Now I want to move this one in, and to there, and move this one, say to here, and this one. Whoop, what's going on there? Oh, it's because of the fill. I gotcha. I'll just leave that like that. Okay, put that to there. Right, so I've got a chunk out of here, so what do I have to do this side? Add it onto that side. Click, click, click. Okay, bring, oh, no, don't do that. Control Z to undo there if you're wondering. Move this down, so I moved it in 4, so, oh, it's got to go out this time, hasn't it? It's no good subtracting it from both sides. Move it out, move this one out, move this, oh, no, go away. Move this in. It's not quite the same, is it? Okay, so it needs to be a little bit narrower. Jobs are good. Alright. God, I don't like that fade at all. But anyway, that should do the trick. So select it all, copy it. Let's see if it tessellates. Copy, paste. Does it tessellate? Yes, Yes, it does just about, doesn't it? Well done. There we are. Oh, does that work? I thought it should have done. Yeah, there we are. There we are. Now I've got 4 of them. I can just. I didn't quite do that one right, did I? There we are. Okay, select those, paste, put those on there. Alright. So now the last thing to do is to change the colour of some of these. Now I've filled my sheet up. There we are. Okay. So I should change the colour of this one. I really would prefer it if they were all solid like that. I wish I'd done that in the first place. Let's change these over now. Change, change, change. Can I just select all of them? No, it's not going to let me do that. Maybe with this tool, like that. Ta-da! Okay, good. Right, and then, I don't know, let's have some blue ones in here. Right, so you get the idea. Maybe, God, that looks horrible. I'm sure you guys can do a much better job than I did, okay? But there we are. A nice tessellating pattern similar to that of Bridget Riley.